So this is like probability mass function of such a problem, such an example, and I hope you got the main idea here. Let us do a similar thing, but this time I have an unfair coin arkadaşlar. Okay, it's not 1 over 2, 1 over 2 anymore, but probability of heads is given as P. Okay, it might be 0.2, it might be 0.8, might be 0.4, anything like that. And then P will be between 0 and 1. I will toss the coin repeatedly until I observe a heads for the first time. Okay, I will flip a coin, tails, tails, heads. Then I will say this is 3, as I mentioned you before. Okay, if I flip a coin and obtain heads for the first time, it will be 1. If I flip a coin and obtain the heads as the fifth in the fifth flip, then I will have x like heads being 5. Okay, y being 5. So I will find the probability distribution of y. Okay, so what is the probability of obtaining heads in the first place, like y being equal to 1? It is P, right? So I'm flipping a coin and obtaining a heads in the first flip. If I flip a coin and obtain in the second flip, then I would say I couldn't get in the first flip, and then I got in the second flip. So this is probability of tails, because tails is the first flip and heads is the second flip. Okay, so if I say probability of y equals 3, it's going to be like I will obtain the first heads in the third flip. Then I would say tails, tails, heads, and I would say 1 minus p, 1 minus p, and then p. Okay, so if you go further like that, you would have 1 minus p to the power, this is, let's say this is k, k minus 1 times p. Okay, this is a general formulation, and you may apply this. For example, if k is 1, this is 1 minus 1, 0, this is 1, and I will obtain p. If this is k equals 2, 1 minus p times p. So this is a general formula that I would get for this problem. Okay, so you can easily see these. Either you can say y like that, or you can say py, y equals k, or y equals y. Okay, so this is how you would find out the probability density function or probability mass function. You may want to draw this, and you will do it in the coming videos. Okay, so what should we be careful about? If we have the probabilities in a PMF, probability mass function, then I would say all the probabilities should sum up to 1 in a PMF. Okay, for example, what did we say for flipping a coin 2 times? This was like that: 0, 1, 2, 1 over 4, 1 over 2, 1 over 4. If I add these 3 up, I should get 1. Okay, this should be true for all PMFs. If you talk about 2 random variables arkadaşlar, then we would say one of them is called x and the other one is called y, and these are discrete random variables. And if they are independent from each other, if flipping a coin and rolling a die or something like that, if they are truly independent from each other, then we would say probability of obtaining this many flips and this outcome then I should multiply the probability of x equals x and y equals y, okay? Let me tell you, this is the random variable, this is the value, okay? Random variable, this is the value. Random variable, this is the value. If they are independent, if two random variables are independent, I should be multiplying each probabilities one by one. Let me give you one example and finish this video, okay? I toss a coin twice and define x to be the number of heads I observe. What were the possible outcomes? 0, 1, and 2, right? These were the number of heads that I would observe in flipping a coin 2 times. Then I toss the coin 2 more times and define y to be the number of heads that I observed this time, okay? Again, y is another, let's say, event, and I would flip a coin 2 times again. The possible outcomes would be 0, 1, and 2. What's the probability of obtaining 0? 1 over 4. What's the probability of obtaining 1? 1 over 2. What's the probability of obtaining 2? 1 over 4. Same here, right? This is x, this is y. So what is being asked here? I would like you to find out px less than 2 and py greater than 1, okay? What are the possible outcomes here? What are the possible outcomes? 0 and 1, right? Here. And here, the possible outcomes are obtaining 2 heads. Here, no heads or 1 head. And here, two heads. So what should we be doing here? Less than 2 times probability of y greater than 1, because these are totally independent events. Flipping a coin 2 times in the first place and flipping it again 2 times in another, let's say at another time, they are totally independent from each other. So what are the possible outcomes here? Obtaining 0 heads, 1 over 4. Obtaining 1 heads, 1 over 2. Obtaining 2 heads, 1 over 4. Okay, then I will multiply these. This will be like 3 over 4 times 1 over 4 will be equal to 3 over 16. Okay, so this is all for this video. I would like you to think about PMF and random variables in this part of the course.